Okay, Racquetball's also playing in the ace match, and he did it again! Racquetball, you're killing me. So now I gotta go back to this folder. Now we're at, Racquetball versus Semih. Racquetball, you can't keep doing this to me. Oh my goodness, come on. Okay, so now we gotta pull this back up. Now, oh yeah, I forgot, we gotta, like, cancel and go back in. And now find Rack versus Semih. Okay, that's the amount of, and, oh, I didn't even look up the math. I didn't even look, oh, we're on Chupung-Ryeong. Cool. Good thing I knew that one. Okay, so we're on Chupung-Ryeong, and now we've got the ace, Semih, who's at the top right in teal, versus the 2-gate master, and master of poorly naming things, Racquetball in white. And this is the ace match, so I guess even though Racquetball wasn't very confident about his skills, he's the best player his team's got. Lol, nice, and then I only split 3 workers. You really only need to split 3 workers to get the first probe back on time. If you can get 3 workers, like, split, and 1, like, goes to a mineral patch, is like, oh, and then goes to another one, like, that's a fine probe split, because how it works is, your first pylon will be slightly delayed if you don't get that, but it doesn't matter about the 4th probe split. So yeah, he gets his first pylon on time, right along here. I'll show you how close it is. Bam, exactly the same. So that probe split was indeed fine, and both players scouting on pylon. Semih's probably scouting because he knows Racquetball went for a 2-gate last time and he wants to be prepared. And whoa, that is not a traditional scouting pattern. So it looks like Racquetball is going for cheese once again. The first time he went for 2-gate, although not in the middle, and now he's going for cheese. Or did he... Oh no, I think he clicked in the wrong position. I think he, like, clicked... If you can follow my cursor on the minimap, he clicked here when telling it where to scout instead of here. And so kind of an very unfortunate fail. And now, so... But it's not going to make much of a difference. That's an anti-manner pylon by Semih, so that Racquetball can't manner pylon him. And Racquetball might be going for a manner pylon, or I'm sorry, Semih might go for a manner pylon, but really he's just doing a little harassment. Just running around in there. Semih's got pretty high APM. I don't have like one of those things that lets me have APM tracker, but he's got. I should get that for these, so I could be like, oh, Semih clearly has more actions per minute. But actions per minute does not translate into skill at all. Well, it's like correlated, but it's not cause and effect. It's like high APM, like look, I can have high APM. Ooh, look at me, I have high APM, and I'm not even using the keyboard. Does not translate into skill, because I still suck. So a standard build by both players, going for the early cybernetics core, although not the fastest. They both constructed a zealot first. Yeah, they both constructed a zealot first. You can go pylon gate pylon like 10 gate 12 gas, and then you can go like 14 or 15 core, or you can like build a zealot, get another pylon, and go like 18 core or something like that. I'm not sure exactly on those, but it's not, something like that. You know, I suck at StarCraft, but now that there's really not much going on. Oh wow, and tricks a scout in there. With using this zealot to trick a scout in there, and he gets his zealot up the ramp. So 2 zealot hits and 2 probe hits can kill a probe, if you'll recall, and he can like squeeze through here and try to get some hits off. That's something you have to watch out for on Chupung-Ryeong. And he takes out a probe. I'm gonna click on this so I can see its kills. Oh, wrong one. So Semih's doing a lot of harassment, and meanwhile, no harassment going on. So Racquetball's just struggling to defend. Oh, did he? I think the probe got a kill. Yeah, so 2 probes. So a very efficient harassment, and this one already has 2 probes. So he's taking out 4 probes with only 2 zealots and a probe. And even though economically, like 2 zealots equals 4 probes, he's lost. Not only did he lose 4 probes worth of cost in building them, he also lost 4 probes worth of mining time, and taking out a 5th probe. So Semih's taking a gigantic advantage in this game, and he's gotten 2 hits off on kills one of the gas probes. So he's got 4 probes on that Zealot. That Zealot is worth it so much. And no, not managing to get a 5th, but he's just going to get a huge advantage. I think if he goes for a 3-gate push, that he could win this game. He's got 3 Dragoons pushing out. Where are they going? Oh, he was scouting for proxies. I guess. I don't know what that was, but yeah, bringing them back. He was just scouting out for proxies, and so now he's taken out the scout, of course. Took that out as soon as the Dragoons were out. Dragoon range going up, followed by robotics facility. And meanwhile, we've got Dragoon range followed by a much later. No, still no robotics facility. So this is how much 4 probes hurts. He can't even. He's like behind so much that he hasn't even put his robotics facility down. They've got equal production, equal amount of forces. Although, I think, yeah, Semih's actually up in forces just a tad. And he's gonna go kill that scouting probe before he can get out. Dragoon range is up, but he's not gonna be able to push up that ramp. I doubt it. Yeah, that's a bad decision to try and retreating before anything gets destroyed. But it looks like, oh, I thought he was setting up for an expansion. Are we going to see a robotics shuttle and then into a robotics support bay? Or that's an observatory. Yeah, that's going to be an observatory. You know that because if you're going to go for a Reaver, you build your shuttle and followed by your support bay, because the shuttle takes longer to build than the support bay. It looks like Racquetball's pushing out to try to take his expansion, maybe. Or he's just pushing out. I don't know, like, he's pushing out so that Semih doesn't know whether or not he's decided to take his expansion. But this is great position for Semih. If you can get a contain at your opponent's ramp on Chupung-Ryeong, that's really what Protoss versus Protoss is about. Chupung-Ryeong lends itself to the most intense Protoss versus Protoss. If you can get onto your opponent's ramp, you're set. Your opponent's hill, I guess. You're pretty much set, because from here, like, this leads to another expansion. And it's really hard. It's really hard to do anything when you can't push out past this point. So what's going on here? Observer building. Yeah, observer building. And what's going on? Observer building. Cool. I lost it. So a scouting probe, like, trying to go around, but a big battle going here. And Semih's just got more Dragoons. And Racquetball needs to retreat or lose, basically. And Semih microing, as you can see, that's going to be the most damaged one in the back, getting it out just in the nick of time. So he's forced Racquetball to skedaddle back up his ramp once again, and he's going for a Nexus. So if Semih can't win this game, or I'm sorry, if Racquetball can't win this game in just a tiny bit of time, Semih's going to have a gigantic advantage. And he's going to go scout this. He actually gets a scouting probe in. But what he's going to do with that information, he's going for Reavers. Yeah, basically he's going for Reavers. I don't think this contain is necessary. Since he's got his observer there, he's going to know whether or not there's Nexus being put down to counter it, to counter his own Nexus. Taking out the observer, with an observer and a couple of Dragoons, takes out Racquetball's observer. So Semih's got a huge advantage in this game. His Nexus is up pretty much a little early on the probe transfer. Oh, anticipating. Come on, look at all these probes. Come on. Oh, way too early. But still, and takes out another observer. So Racquetball's now lost 2 observers and pretty much the game. No, I don't want to count him out. Especially because he's got a Reaver out, and Semih doesn't even have a support bay. He might have a shuttle building. No, this Reaver could do a lot of damage, perhaps. Dragoon's coming out to protect it. It might get focused down. It's at 42, 22. 2 more hits would kill it. No, but it manages to survive, and I think that was a real big turning point in the game, that it managed to survive, and Semih lost most of his forces. He's gonna try to not pushing up the ramp. There's probably a shuttle coming out after this, or maybe even another Reaver, actually.